How will you react to those who said that in the run-up to the Congresses, when the matter was being brought up, there were those who said, why don't we not do these Congresses now? Why don't we wait until after the elections? Because they suspected that there was going to be this challenge. And that it was the president, after the report said, initially agreeing, but then on taking advice, both legal and otherwise, then came back and said, look, there's nowhere in either the party or the Nigerian constitution where you can extend the tenure of executives for whatsoever reason. We must do these elective Congresses. Now, with benefit of hindsight, I guess, would it have been better to have waited?
If the party hadn't done the Congresses, would have run into a massive booby trap, and it would have been a subject of litigation here and there. The party will be distracted, and I can assure you that we might run into a very deep ditch. So I think the party took the right decision, the president took the right decision that we went into the Congress. Yes, Congresses usually throw up challenges like this. You have a discontentment, etc., and the rest. But the reality is that it's a true test of the cohesion of the internal magnets that hold on the party. It's a true test. This is the first true challenge that the party is going through. And when the party surmounts this challenge, it will start stabilizing. And so I do not regret, or I do not think that any wrong decision has been taken. I believe that the right decision was taken, that we've gone into the Congresses. Yes, you will have people who are aggrieved. You continue to have people who are aggrieved. But I can see the chairman seems to be comfortable with the direct primaries. If the major stakeholders at the party all will agree with such an idea, I think it will bring the whole of this problem to an end. And it will have a multidimensional advantage. Number one, it will take power to the people. Every member of APC will have value, because you know that apart from the general election, even within the party, you can participate in what is going to happen. But again, that it will take a lot, because traditionally we all used to, of course, the delegate system. There's been a lot of struggling by the governors to hold on the delegates. Even we, members of the House of Representatives, people like us, we're lucky in the system. We worked hard. We got the party structure in our various local government, etc., and the rest. So the tussle, and it's all part of the politics itself. So even when you move it over to direct primaries, you will still have challenges. It's not that you will not have challenges, but the only thing is that you've opened it. And so if somebody is complaining, yes, if somebody is complaining that he's been edged out, they will say it's an open contest. So go. If you have people, go and prove that you got people.
Now, these Congresses appear to have produced the RAPC. Essentially, the most direct result of the party Congresses is the RAPC. In the chair you're sitting now, a couple of days ago, was Alhaji Buba Galadima, its chairman. And he said a lot of things. Principal among which was that the party had no right to go ahead with those Congresses because they were the subject already of litigation ahead of them. Now, let's put aside the litigation because, of course, if the contest is still in court. Now going forward, your own primary objective is President Buhari's second term, and probably your own political ambition along with the rest of your colleagues. Before we get to that, looking at this as it is now, what's the way forward? Because we can spend the entire hour of this interview talking about who is at fault and what could have been done and so on. But now we are faced with the reality. What could be done? What should be done now? What can happen now?
What is RAPC?
If you're asking for it in full, it's Reformed All Progressives Congress.
My party is APC.
Yes, but they're also insisting that they are APC.
No, it's RAPC. It's like somebody saying Ladi, then someone is saying Akin Ladi. And Akin Ladi is saying he's Ladi. How can that be possible? It's not possible.
But all the people who are in RAPC are still card-carrying members of APC.
It means that they do not have the clout, they do not have the support, They do not have the people, they do not have the public supporting them to go out of the party. What I normally tell people who are that aggrieved in a party, and they claim that they have the people, and they will always claim that we build this party, we mobilize the people, we gave it the brand that attracted people all over the country. Simply, what are you supposed to do? Go out and register your party. Take it up for registration and challenge the APC in an election. We will support you to defeat the APC. Go and do it.
But you
Go
won't.
and do it.
But you will not.
So, but when you now come, you create a name of which I have been telling people when they say there is faction in the APC. I said there's no faction. Nobody is claiming is APC. Nobody is claiming he's national chairman of APC. There's only one national chairman of APC, Adams or Shomole. And somebody says he's the national chairman of RAPC.
Yes.
Don't you think even the media is complicating this issue?
How?
You should have just asked,
what you're supposed to do. We report events.
What you're supposed to do is
not
just
complicating anything.
What you're supposed to do is just to ask him to go and register his party or his political group.
Well, he was asked, and he said, well, first he's going to see this battle to a logical conclusion.
What battle?
That is the fact that the Congress ought not to have taken place. And that in any case, if they win that battle, that is still what is going to result.
Now, let me tell you, the issue of multiple Congress, etc., is just it's a creation of some people who wants to create confusion in APC. Congresses went well. The few flashpoints were addressed, and everything was done in accordance to the rules, regulation, and the laws of our party. And the few places where there are issues, as soon as a chairman of Shomole came on board, he started working on it. And you can see even in the EMO, they've done the congresses to rectify whatsoever happened. And in one or two other places, they will do it. But when somebody comes up to say there are 24 factional APC in 24 states, it is a blunted lie.
You think so?
Absolutely.
Okay, let's leave that and move on now to something else. You're a supporter of the president. You want him to get a second term. There are many people who don't. You've got to convince them that there's something or things that the president has done. In 2014, 2015, he ran on 3 basic platforms. Someone told me they are referred to as SEC: security, the economy, and corruption. Now, if we take the corruption, there have been some notable milestones. But there are those who are saying that it's also being used as a tool of political witch hunt, that if you're not in support of the president or you are not in the APC, then of course you are fair game. And we've seen some of that play out. What's your view?
Well, Ladi, I don't have any doubt at the back of my mind, and even in this interview, I've said it repeatedly, that President Buhari is going to win the election in 2019. It's going to be a tough election, and it is good for our democracy. And when I have conversation with even some of my colleagues, I used to tell them that I even wanted the election to be very tight. When you go to Europe and America, that is what you see. You see a margin of 1%, 2% victory. The system in itself ultimately is the beneficiary of that kind of tight democracy. It makes the opposition strong, it puts everyone on his toes, and it increases the value of every member of the society. Every citizen of the society becomes. But when you have that kind of large margin of victory, it makes even the ruling party too relaxed. Secondly, my conviction that Buhari is going to win the next election, you can categorize it into 2 aspects. There's a political consideration, and of course there's the aspect of the governance. The aspect of governance, that is where it deals with the various things that he has achieved, particularly in these 3 aspects of security, economy, and anti-corruption. But first, let's take the political aspect. One of the major key selling point of Buhari is that he naturally appeals to the masses, to the grassroots, to people in the grassroots. You know, when I have conversation with people in Abuja, I used to tell them, look, come, let me take you to some of the stronghold of Buhari states.
Of which one is your
Kano,
state?
Yes, like Kano, like Katsina, like Jigawa, like Sokoto, like Kebbi, like Zamfara, Kaduna, Bauchi, Gombe, Yobe, Borno, Adamawa. You need to see how the people in the grassroots loves Buhari. It is an unconditional love. It will scare you.